I absolutely think that Pokemon cards should be added into the tarot deck. That just makes sense. That's very on brand.
Welcome to Drafted. I'm your host, Daniel Prentice, and as always, I am joined by my dear friend and co-host, Preston Thompson. Preston, how are you doing tonight? What are you drinking tonight, my friend?
I'm doing good, Dan. I can tell you're a little bit under the weather, but I think it gives you a cooler bass tone.
Yeah,
sounded
real sexy tonight, right?
This is Drafted After Dark. Plot twist: all of our shows are after dark.
Not all of them. So we have the odd show in just the middle of the day on a Wednesday sometimes. You know.
But this is kind of like become our usual recording time, which is right after I record my other show, Georgia Politics Podcast, and the habit of drinking during recording from this show has bled into that show. So this is my third or fourth hard cider of the night because I'm over summer and I want it to be fall. So I'm digging the hard ciders right now.
Boy, we're just getting to the dog days. You got a little ways to go.
I don't like it though. I don't like it. I need every season to be exactly 1 month, and I need them to just constantly rotate all the time. I get too tired.
Oh, really?
Too quickly. Yeah.
I was saying we have to come up with several more seasons if we're changing one at a time. But you're fine with just three cycles a year.
January, winter, February, spring, March, summer, fall is April, and winter in May, and then spring in June. And you just do that kind of rotation. I think everybody would love that.
Yeah, what
still get to go swimming.
What does that set December to? That cycle. You start with what? You start with which season?
That would put December in fall.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
It needs some workshopping, but I think you're onto something. Let's get our co-host, our guest in. She's a co-host for this week, right? Let's get our guest in on by Friggin Nerd Britt of the Friggin Nerds podcast and Friggin Nerd Media. Britt, what do you think of this whole 1 month season thing?
I'm okay with that.
Really?
As long as the temperatures work accordingly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Down south, it's just like you get a couple good months out of the year, and then it's just damp.
Well,
you're just damp the rest of the year.
It is wet.
Not necessarily
outside,
the
not really,
outside.
it's wet.
My body is damp, and it's disgusting. Not okay with it.
Dry since the 90s.
What would you say are the 2 good months, Britt?
Oh, it's a great question.
Well, for us, December's usually pretty mild. Like November, December is pretty mild. Even October. We're just talking
still weather,
warm.
Right? Just weather.
Yeah. You take all of the family events out of it. That makes it miserable. Yeah. But the weather makes it tolerable.
It'd probably be November and March for me. Maybe December and March.
You're not a winter guy.
I'm a winter guy because of the context of my life. Because that's when all my work breaks come. Which means I can actually enjoy things.
But seasonally, I mean, you don't enjoy it. You don't enjoy the crisp.
I enjoy all seasons for the first 3 weeks, and then I'm immediately over it.
You like them all. You like them all.
So the question is, if I had unlimited amount of money and Taylor Swift's private jet, could I create this scenario for myself, where every 3 weeks I move to a part of the world where it was the different season?
Yeah, almost definitely, right?
That sounds fun.
It sounds like you're living the dream.
I'm gonna get there someday. That's my dream.
Britt, are you drinking anything tonight?
All right, guys. I forgot. I always forget. I am drinking out of my children's plastic Olaf cup, and it's ice water.
It looks hard to spill. Very, very nicely hard to spill.
They'll find a way, though. They will find a way to ruin everything I own.
Sometimes
assholes.
Sometimes I think we should bring sippy cups back for adults.
Yeah.
That sounds great. They're bringing back Capri Sun style pouches at festivals and stuff with alcohol in them.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. The adult.
We have a bar down in Nashville. It's called the Sand Bar, and everybody goes and plays volleyball, and they have the little slushy pouches.
The little pouches. Yeah, that sounds great.
Is a pouch the most awkward drinking receptacle? That's like
I think
made
it
for drinking?
depends on. When we were in school, Mike didn't have this up north, but when we were in school, we had milk pouches. They looked like breast implants, and they like jiggled.
This is a
I'm
regional thing.
sorry?
Stab the straw in. Y'all
I
didn't
have
have
heard of
those
this.
either?
No. But I am familiar. Like, because you're supposed to like, you just get like a bag of milk, right? And you're supposed to like put it in a pitcher that you reuse in the house. Is that right?
No, at school.
This is just at school.
So instead of
Yeah.
the cartons,
Right.
which
We didn't have
totally
cartons.
fine. Nobody needed to fix those. They
Right.
gave you a bag.
Yeah, it was
They
like
give you the
it
food
was a
in a carton.
square, and it like jiggled.
It
You'd
jiggled.
pick like white milk or chocolate milk, and you'd get your breast implant of milk,
Mhm.
and then you would stab it.
Just jab it.
But it wasn't like a Capri Sun. It was just like a flat square sack of milk.
It seems like it's asking for a food fight. It seems like they made milk the most throwable it could be.
We used to like take turns slamming it into the applesauce, to see like how far we could splatter the applesauce.
Oh, that's good. I'm sure everybody loved that. All the faculty and administrators.
I'm pretty sure like our generation is why the rules were made. They were like, we learned with those millennials.
See, my school milk did not jiggle. It folds.
It folds
because it was in a cardboard container.
That I'm gonna edit in the edit. I'm gonna play that back again twice for the people that didn't get it at home.
I was waiting to get that out for the last like what felt
You're
like
so
5 minutes.
hip and relevant.
I'm really not. I feel like that song is already no longer relevant because people are aware of it.
We're behind now.
Yeah, once I know about it, I feel like it's guaranteed to no longer be cool.
That's probably true. We're not young anymore, guys.
It's like if they shot it away from the planet and we're like Neptune. So by the time it gets to us, the signal is no longer reaching Earth, and it is very cool.
They've moved on.
But at least we're not like Pluto.
That's what the kids say, right? Bet.
They do say bet. I think they still say bet.
No cap. No cap.
God.
I don't know what my children are talking about like most of the time. It's just a different language.
I think that's probably for the best.
Probably
before we make ourselves look any worse than we already have, maybe we should do a draft, huh? Preston, what are we drafting this week? Before we do, sorry.
Well,
I always forget this. I am also drinking water because I've spent the last week recovering from COVID, which is why my voice sounds a little different. Yeah, I did test negative today.
Did you not hear the CDC guidance about tequila and COVID?
No, what do they say?
It'll help, baby.
Really?
Clears you right up.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
Yeah,
it'll help you forget about it.
It's true. It'll do something.
Yeah. It'll help me sleep, which is the one thing I've not had trouble doing. I've been doing a lot of sleeping for the last week.
That's good.
But I think I am finally feeling better. I just, still a little tired and sound a little congested, I think. But okay, now Preston, you can tell us, now that we got that out of the way, you can tell us what we're drafting.
Well, in honor of the summer that I can't wait to be over, tonight we are building our perfect carnival with rides, food, and attractions.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Daniel, I think we got to get something out of the way here.
Okay.
Did we steal this idea?
No. This idea was given to us. Yeah.
It was given to us.
Yeah.
By our guest.
Britt, did you clear it with your co-shareholders?
She is Britt. She doesn't need to clear shit.
Bitch, I'm in charge.
Yeah.
Are you CFO over here?
I'm the mother of the group. What I say goes.
Okay.
That's completely accurate. I'm a little embarrassed that my co-host asked that, Britt, and I apologize on his behalf.
I'm sorry. I'll also apologize on my behalf.
I will say though, I lost this draft when we did it. Like I lost bad.
Well, that's only because you guys didn't do it right, and we're gonna do it better, and now you might win.
You're coming up against us.
I've had a failing season. The whole season, I don't think I've won once.
Oof. Welcome to our lives.
I know how that feels.
It's rough.
I get it.
Yeah.
There's two of us, and I don't think we've won a single draft this season.
Yeah, we're just not as likable as the people we bring on. I think it's the raw amount of minutes we have recorded. We've done things to make us less likable over time.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
I understand.
I don't know why people literally only listen for the guests. They probably mute our bits. They're like, "Oh, fucking Daniel's talking again." Yeah. Oh, God damn it.
The arc of the universe bends towards us making fools of ourselves.
Yeah. So this is a really good way to set up this draft, of which Britt has the first pick.
Man, that is like the worst spot too. In the draft. That's where I
think so.
I bomb the whole thing every time.
I think third is the best here. So before I see what I get.
You're in luck because I have the second pick and Preston has the third selection.
Go, baby.
And of course, that draft order always selected by random.org, the best website in the entire world. And then on even rounds, reverse order for the snake style draft. Britt, you just said you hated this pick. I'm sorry to do it to you. Blame random.org. What are you taking with the first selection of the Summer Carnival draft? Oh, and to be specific, I don't know if Preston said the numbers, but we're doing 2 of each: 2 rides, 2 attractions, 2 snacks. You can draft in any order, of course.
And no set list.
No set list.
Imagination and our willingness to go with it.
We're winging it because this is like friggin' nerd style. You guys never have a list. The friggin' nerds drafts are always pure chaos because they just anything goes. It's insane over there.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've thought about this. I've thought this through. I'm not gonna jack up this first pick. I'm not gonna screw it up on the first one. When I think of the carnival, I picture the Ferris wheel.
No, come on.
That's just like great. That's iconic. You have to. I won't ride it, but it should be there.
Are you afraid of heights?
I'm afraid of like everything, mostly like dying and rides that are set up in a day's time.
So carnivals are not for you.
I mean, the food is.
Yeah, the rides.
I like the food.
Britt's right. When you drive by a parking lot, and then the next morning you drive by a parking lot, and now there's a bunch of roller coasters. You've not earned my trust. The speed did not help you there. I would have rather seen that go over a week's time. You know what I mean? At least. There was a time there where I thought every Ferris wheel I went on was broken because they stopped them so you can get a nice view. I just thought they were all broken, but no, that's on purpose. Yeah, well, I'm stuck, I guess.
This is a great pick, Britt. I think it was the obvious number 1 pick. It would have been my number 1 pick if I had the top spot.
Thank God. Okay, nice. No, Preston.
Tear it apart, Preston.
We don't need to know.
No, it's iconic. It's iconic, but it's not something that I would want to spend one of my tickets on. I guess.
You take your wife on it. You'll again. That's what people tell me. It's supposed to be like romantic.
It's romantic. Stuff. It's romantic.
We don't do romance or anything here. That makes me vomit. But like that's what I'm told is supposed to be.
I get it's romantic. There's something like nice. It's like if it's at nighttime and you see, you're high up and you see the city from far away lit up because carnivals are usually, out in the country. I think it's nice.
You can see the people vomiting off the other rides.
No, see, this is why I think this is actually I think the selling point, the main selling point of the Ferris wheel, because carnivals. Admittedly, it has been a long time since I've been to one. It's been a long time since I went to like the North Florida State Fair or whatever. Probably like my sophomore year of high school or something like that long ago. Because we are old now, as we established. But the Ferris wheel is like the one place where you can get away from all the other weirdos.
It's very quiet.
At the carnival. It's like the one place of even if it's fleeting or kind of artificial, but it's like that one little piece of peacefulness at the carnival. I think it's really nice.
You can take a bump from that flask you stuffed in your boot.
Exactly.
All right, I'm a little more sold.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick, Britt. And
thank you, Daniel, for selling my pick. I appreciate that.
Anytime. Okay, this is hard for me. That was like my clear and away number 1 pick. So I think I'm going. No, I told myself I wasn't going to go food. I told myself I wasn't going to go food because there's too much good food and it's silly to take food early. I am going to go with an attraction.
Okay.
And I think this is kind of vague, but I think it is specific enough that it's okay. I'm going to take live music.
Like the concerts.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a genre in mind? Metal?
Not metal. No,
His favorite screamo bands.
Yeah,
nothing more romantic than being on the Ferris wheel and listening to your favorite
nothing more
screamo group.
Death metal emo. No, I think there can be lots of good things here. You know, just like a good kind of like brassy rock band can be good. I have a friend who was the steel drum teacher at the high school we all went to, and at the state fair he like led the steel drum band one year. So that something like that would be really fun.
That's fun.
Yeah. So like I feel like you're gonna get a lot of good.
It's open to opportunities.
Yeah. Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, I don't hate it. I think it's nice. I don't know that I would have thought about it. I'm just kind of envisioning when I go into a fair or a carnival, there's like ambient music playing from like the games, and there's like a clown doing like that,
and that's just annoying.
like, but it is kind of annoying. But then you layer on top other music with it, and I start to get a headache. There's just like too much noise happening.
See,
so if you can dumb down some of your other stuff,
I'm thinking like you just like over here at this stage is the live music. And maybe you can, I'm sure that you can hear it from a distance, but like, you know, I'm thinking it's like a good place to go be an adult away from the kids, you know, have a couple beers.
Have you considered getting animatronics? Like the old retired Chuck E. Cheese?
Like the leftover Chuck E. Cheese.
Exactly.
Or what's that game Micah play? Five Nights at Freddy's. You can have
those. Yeah, get those.
Yeah.
The kids will love those.
Absolutely not. But there is an incredible series on YouTube that I have to shout out. Some guy bought the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics at a Chuck E. Cheese that was going out of business, I guess, and then reprogrammed them to do all kinds of different songs. The best of which is Pop, Lock, and Drop It.
Oh my gosh.
It's really good. It's on YouTube. Highly recommend. It's like
incredible.
It's equally haunting and beautiful.
That sounds just horrifying. I don't want those things.
No, it's really funny and good. I don't like scary creepy shit, and it's definitely watchable. I highly recommend. Okay, Preston, you've got back-to-back picks here.
Okay, I'm gonna take an iconic carnival food that I know not everybody loves, but I think it has a lot of like name ID and good association with carnivals, and I'm gonna take funnel cake. I think there are a lot of different ways like you can get it, so it's like kind of versatile too. But like really, it's like there are some people that will go just to the carnival for the funnel cake. It's like a draw, right? That's what I want.
I think it's classic. You think of the carnival, you think like I don't like them. Again,
you don't like funnel cake?
I can just feel the diabetes like developing as I'm eating it.
I didn't know Wilfred Brimley was our guest this week.
But you eat it and then you go on like one of the rides, get the heart rate moving, and that's basically exercise. You've exercised it all away.
Oh yeah, I don't do that exercise thing. Yeah.
I guess I should have known if you're not going to go on a Ferris wheel, you're probably not going to go on probably
not going to like run or anything like that. No, count me out. I would purchase a funnel cake and like take a picture of it and put it on my Instagram. Like I would do that and be like, look at my funnel cake. But like I
absolutely freaking
crash it.
Yeah. Well, then you give it to the kids.
Yeah,
they get
not mine because then
they
won't
sugar
sleep.
high. But like, but like, I don't know how kids work, but they get like mega sugar high. At a certain point, there's got to be a crash, right? So it's all about timing.
Yeah,
this is like you're like micro dosing.
You do that and send them with like grandparents. That's generally the way that works.
Nice.
This is funny to me because I didn't know Preston as a kid, but he really strikes me as the type who had a lot of sugar high crashes as a child.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Were you like the surge kid?
Yes. At old swim team meets, I'd be like, okay, the 4x1's coming up. Take a bag of Smarties and just like inhale them. And I'm like, let's go. And then I just lit through a 4x1, and then I'd go home and just pass out. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I did have a lot of sugar nights.
Funnel cake's a great pick. It's the best carnival food. I clearly had it as my top food choice. And I debated taking it there, but I told myself that there's 6 fantastic carnival foods. So
there are quite a lot.
Last 2 picks and still feel really good about my food. So I think, maybe the value isn't there to go food early, but I do think you definitely took the best one.
Well, yeah, I had the same thought that I either get funnel cake or I take food with like my last 2 picks or something like that. So, anyways, for my next pick here, I'm going to take an attraction. And I think I'm going to take like 2 versions of the same thing, if that's cool, because they seem very like similar to me.
Let's see.
I'll leave it to the squad.
Yeah.
I want to take a fun house, but also like a haunted house, like the same. Like when you walk in, there's all the crazy mirrors, and you like can't tell where to go, and there's like a spinning thing. But those are also kind of like haunted houses, right? So I kind of want to take both.
I would say they're different. I think Hall of Mirrors and the Haunted Mansion are 2 very different things.
At ours, it's 2 different things.
At ours, it's like basically the same. I think I'm gonna take the haunted house then. Okay. I think that'll just appeal to more people.
Okay.
I famously, I would say, in my circle, hate haunted houses. That's not like I don't like them. That's like they make me so physically incapacitated that like my wife was guiding me through one time and I almost broke her arm in half. Yeah. So not for me. Why did you go? I don't know. I ask myself that every day. One of them was a haunted corn maze, which was like very much not good. Because I also don't know where I am. So absolutely, like fuck that. Bad.
Britt, do you like scary
even
stuff?
Like driving to the mall, I have to have Google Maps up because I have an anxiety of not knowing where I am. So like a corn maze with people with chainsaws chasing me around, no thank you. Yeah. And the one's like, they're not allowed to touch you. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. There's something in me, like in my biology, that just spikes to a level where I physically almost like can't move. It's very not good. I'm getting better about like scary movies
we've all
as I get
picked
older.
things we hate so far.
Well, no, that's true. I don't hate live music.
Maybe none of us belong at the carnival. Like as we're building it, like maybe none of us belong there.
I think Italy, the carnival is not my place. There's a reason I haven't been there in over a decade.
I think my picks will reveal as we go that like the carnival in my mind, meaning like the one I went to most growing up, is more of like a corn maze fair. If you guys know what I mean. Not really like a fenced off parking lot, but more of like a pumpkin patch type thing that has attractions, games, and other stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's like more what's in my mind, and the haunted house fits right in with that, even if I won't be going inside.
Just watch from the outside.
It's fair. I mean, it is a classic pick. I think it's a good pick, even if none of us personally like it.
We won't be going, but we'll put it at our carnival.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great moneymaker.
Okay, I'm going to take one that is fun. I'm going to go ride here, and I'm going to go what I think is the second most iconic carnival ride, and that is, well, maybe not. It's in the conversation now. I'm going to go bumper cars.
Nice. Had that on my list.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Thank you.
Who doesn't love a chance to crash into each other?
See, now that I would get on that.
Yeah,
like, that's fun. I like to get that aggression out.
Yeah.
Like break the rules. They're like, don't slam into people that hard. And so I'm gonna like reverse as far back as I can and just like gun it.
Do you know the new thing? There's a couple of them here in Georgia, Dan. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a combination of bumper cars and like lacrosse, where there's like a ball and you have like a holster and you're like trying to get to the other side of the field and throw it.
I have not heard of this.
For the life of me, I can't remember what it's called, but boy, is it fun. I've played it a couple times. But the problem I always have with bumper cars is the arena is like too small and there's like 30 cars in there and like nobody can move. I live in Atlanta. I do that all the time.
In there.
I live in Atlanta. Atlanta's the freaking worst.
Yeah, I already do bumper cars. Whirly ball, by the way, is what it's called. If you live here in Georgia, whirly ball. It is like you have like little highlight things, and you are trying to throw them. It's honestly kind of like Quidditchy with the way the hoop is like up in the air. It's pretty sweet though. Would highly recommend.
You see, we're not calling Quidditch anymore.
Yeah, I did see that.
What are we calling it?
Like the human real life version where people run around with broomsticks.
I can't remember what they're calling it now.
Quad ball.
They said that they wanted to like separate themselves from JK, but I'm also like, was this just a copyright thing? Because most groups get copyright notices. Like even people that are like running groups together that are like, we're the Hufflehoppers. They get shut down.
It's been
they really
do
a
long time though.
Yeah.
So I really don't think it would be like a cease and desist type deal. I wouldn't.
The only part I loved about Quidditch is I used to our practices in college were next to like where Quidditch was. So we would watch it, and the snitch is basically a guy that runs around and tries not to get caught, right? The limitations of where he could go were like 15 to 20 square miles. And it was amazing. Sometimes we would leave and we'd see him running and we would just follow him down the road. And he's like halfway across town, hiding up in a tree. It's great. I loved that aspect of it. Yeah.
That is dumb. Quidditch as it's written in the books is a bad game.
Hey, Mr. Ultimate Frisbee, I don't want to say you're throwing stones from glass houses, but we're not exactly on the perch of humanity here.
Ultimate has its issues, but its rules are a good game. Ultimate is a great game. If you have the world's best athletes playing it, it's a great game. Quidditch is dumb as hell. Most of Quidditch is meaningless.
Right.
Most of Quidditch
until the very
have
end.
Any impact on who wins the game, and
it is true.
That's true.
Quidditch as it's conceptualized makes no sense. Like imagine you were watching Game 7 of the NBA Finals. It's like, fourth quarter, 2 minutes left, and you're like, LeBron James 600 feet away caught the golden basketball. The game's over,
and it's all over.
And even though they lost all 7 games of the 7-game series,
it's all over.
They win.
Yeah.
All right. Anywho, we're too far off track. Britt, can you get us back? Can you save us, please? You have back-to-back selections.
Oh, my Lanta. Okay. I think I'm gonna take an attraction. Okay. So I don't think there's as many of those as like there is food. Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So for my first one, I want to go with like a fortune teller. You know, like the creepy dark tent.
Yeah.
I consider this. Yeah.
That's good, actually.
We don't ever have one at ours.
People will do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get it. I would do it, but we're on like the Bible Belt. So that's like the devil, like Bobby Boucher.
We run those people out of town down here. Yeah.
Right. Like if we're not allowed to Harry Potter, then we're definitely not allowed to have fortune tellers at the carnival. Because that's the devil.
Devil Bobby Boucher.
But I'm always looking to piss them off, so I'm definitely gonna put my fortune teller there. Yeah,
I like this. I like the fortune teller attraction. Very cool.
I had not thought of this, but I also like it.
I think you could also like loop in like a palm reader.
Ooh. Right? Yeah, like like sometimes it's those, sometimes it's like the crystal ball, sometimes it's like the Zoltar guy, in the box.
You want a real person for this one, though. I think that's the
with like fun. A lot of like the banglies happening. If you don't jingle, are you doing it right?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think you can commune with the spirits unless they can hear you coming. That's an important aspect. Yeah. I'm a professional in that area. So.
That does not surprise me in the slightest, Britt.
I knew that you would get that about me, Daniel. I just knew.
We connect.
She's got some sort of
level
tarot reading vibe on her.
Yeah. I kind of want to like learn how to do it.
It would be great
only to be good enough that I can like really be believable enough so that then I can really screw with people.
It'd be great if you took their tarot deck, mess with a little bit, the fortune teller. So then like they draw one, they're like, oh, you got to the moon. That means 2 nights from now, something's going to happen. Okay, now you have a holographic Charizard. That means great wealth is in your future.
Oh my gosh.
Just slip in random cards.
I absolutely think that Pokemon cards should be added into the tarot deck. That just makes sense. That's very on brand. Like,
Daniel, this is yet another
friggin' nerd
where
fortune telling.
I wish we named our episodes because this would just be named Pokemon cards should be added to the tarot deck.
Yeah.
Sign our change.org petition.
Oh my gosh.
We'll make the switch for season 4. I think mid-season it doesn't work.
No, I agree.
Okay. Britt, you go fortune teller with your first pick. What's your third overall selection?
So I think I better take a ride.
Okay.
I like classic. So to go with my Ferris wheel, I would like the Tunnel of Love.
Ooh.
Romantic.
Yeah, for someone who says they're not a romantic, you're really leaning in.
Yeah, for real.
You don't have to do romantic things in there. We can just get like straight to horizontal dancing. You don't have to like talk about
horizontal dancing. It's not romantic. It's strictly business.
I think it'd get kicked out real fast. To be
Isn't that what like all the teenagers would have been doing?
Yeah, that's what it's.
I mean,
for,
maybe not
man.
sex, but like they're all just making out.
Yeah, you get into second base with Tunnel of Love for sure.
Right? Like nobody's in there being like, look into my eyes. I'd be like, I can't see you because it's dark. You've never looked better.
Listen, yeah, there's no better time to be romantic than when you can't see your romantic partner.
That's why we take people to movies. Yeah.
Right.
I like that.
I'm down.
Is this like
a
water, like a river thing, or
like in a big ass swan boat.
Yeah,
got it. The classically rendered example. Then, yeah, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I dig that.
Yeah.
I think
it's a great pick.
Ferris wheel.
And I can't wait to take my my sophomore year high school date to Britt's Carnival already.
I will say,
sounds great.
You've got 2 rides, right? Your 2 rides are set.
Yeah, I have Ferris wheel and Tunnel of Love.
A trademark thing for carnivals for me is there has to be something there for people who want to be like on the edge of death. They want to go on something that they feel like, oh, this thing's gonna fall over, like we could die. And I don't know that you exactly have that element.
That's true.
We're only halfway through her draft.
I'm worried
but she's
about.
got her 2 rides. What is she going to find threat of death in the food?
Listen,
there could be an attraction.
It's a carnival, okay?
Okay.
There's a lot of opportunities.
The corn dogs have blazed.
Some of the food, like I can get you to the brink of death with a bad hot dog.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways she can get there still.
But I'm considering as well my liability insurance.
Okay.
And so, I feel like Tunnel of Love, we don't have to pay out for STDs. Death, you might have to.
Very important that's in the waiver.
Always thinking with that business mind.
I could not have predicted that this draft would go there. I could not have in a million years, but I'm glad it did. Okay, I'm just going to get right to I'm just going to take it before Preston gets a chance again. I'm taking Hall of Mirrors.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's and that's my second attraction. It's absolutely classic, and it's such a simple thing, but it's always fun. It's always fun. It's fun to see yourself in weird, funny shapes and sizes. I don't know what it is.
I would still probably not partake, if I'm being honest.
Too scary still?
Yeah, probably. I mean, at that point, I'm seeing myself everywhere. What's scarier than that? Having to reflect
Gen Z
on the changes
get
my body has gone through.
You know what? Gen Z, I don't care if they get it. I'm sick and tired of Gen Z.
They have all their filters, so they see themselves they're already in like a fun house of mirrors on a regular basis. They would be like, this is weird. Like we do this on our phone all the time. I looked like this 5 seconds ago on TikTok.
That's a great point.
Do Gen Z kids even go to the carnival?
They do. We have one every summer.
I think they do.
It's a big deal here.
They go ironically. They'd be like, wouldn't it be so funny if we like went to the carnival with all the like nerds and old people? And wouldn't it be like so funny if you like won me a big teddy bear or something? Oh my god, wouldn't that be so funny?
I don't think any of us. Well, Britt maybe because your kids fall in Gen Z, right?
One is like on the edge of millennial. He's like kind of like I'm on the other edge of millennial. Like I'm barely a millennial, and he's barely. Like he's like mostly Gen Z. Okay. And and then the middle one is Willa. I don't know what the hell. What's next? Alpha.
What's
Willa will fall in another one because we can't have our kids in like a reasonable like span.
They're gonna do boomers again. So she'll be a boomer.
Boomer 2. We're really Boomer
Yeah.
3.
Boomer
3,
part
really.
2. Boomer part 2, : we messed up, so we're trying again.
I like it. Yeah.
But they can't be boomers because we're in the opposite of a baby. People aren't having kids anymore.
Droughts. We call them droughts.
What's the opposite of a boom?
A drought.
Yeah.
No. All right, Preston. Give us the final pick of the first half of the draft.
Oh, it's kind of tough. I'm gonna take a ride. There's a lot I could choose from here. Daniel did take bumper cars, which was on my list. I'm gonna take a ride I've seen in like several different forms. So I'm not exactly sure what to call it, but I looked it up on Wikipedia, and its most common name is the kamikaze. What it actually is if you've seen one of those pirate ships on a pendulum.
Yeah.
That swings.
I would call it like the pirate ship.
Yeah.
Kamikaze is a horrible name for that.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm like, are you on the right website?
Well, the kamikaze is the one that has the two ships, and they pass each other, and then they go all the way around.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Those big ones.
Yeah.
So let's call it the
swinging boat.
The pendulum swing. I feel like people will get that.
Okay.
If I call it the pendulum swing. But those things, because I associate them a ton with carnivals, and they're like a very high thrill experience, which, as I mentioned when criticizing Britt's pick, that's kind of what I want here.
Would you go on it?
No.
Okay.
I've done it. I've done it a couple times. There was one time I went on it, and we did a full like loop around, and when I was on the bottom, a screw landed next to my feet.
Stop. No.
And it freaked me out so much that I will never go on something like that again. I was like, oh, that was the one pin holding all of this together.
My God.
Really, it was just like a guy on the other end was a construction worker, and like still had screws in his pocket, and one fell out.
Probably, yeah.
But it ended the ride for Preston for forever.
Oh yeah.
All right, I think that's a fine pick. I don't think I had it on my list really of rides, but it is definitely like a more memorable and more iconic one. So I think it's a solid pick.
That one was picked in our draft, and it was like one of the most popular, which I was I was so shocked about.
What did they call it in the draft?
Pirate ship.
Okay, I will probably call it that for this show. I want to make sure it's the most recognizable by people.
Yeah.
All right.
We were in the same boat, like trying to know, like, what are these rides called? And everybody's like, that's the pirate ship.
There you go. Trust it.
Well, in that case, at the halfway point, these are the teams. Britt has the Ferris wheel, a fortune teller, and the tunnel of love. And what is the start of the sexiest carnival any of us have ever witnessed? I have live music, bumper cars, and the Hall of Mirrors. And Preston has funnel cake, a haunted house, and the pirate ship, apparently, is what it's called. Who knew? We will be back for the second half of the draft. Okay, Preston, what are we drafting tonight?
And we are drafting the best ways to support the Drafted Podcast. You've got first overall pick. What are you taking?
I have the number one pick. Wow. I mean, what a draft of the number one pick for. This is a no-brainer, Preston. I'm taking the Drafted Patreon. There's no better way to support the show, as you well know.
Yeah, it was clearly the top of my board. It's such a great pick.
Yeah, I mean, you can support us for as little as $3 a month. You get secret access to levels of the Drafted Discord, where you get access just to me and Preston and the other subscribers and VIPs of the show. You also get to listen to episodes without this annoying commercial or any other commercial breaks in it, and you get the unedited cut of the pod as well. So, I mean, there really is no better way, both for us and for the listeners, to support the show.
Yeah, if you think we mess up on the cut you hear, just wait until you get the actual unedited version. It's a good first pick, Dan. For the second pick, I'm going to take rating us 5 stars on iTunes. Very helpful. And for my third pick there, I'll say following us on all of our channels, Twitter, Instagram, everything we've got. And I think draft is over, so we'll do my team versus your team.
Yeah, I mean, we got to send it to Twitter, but hey, maybe your vote will count extra too if you support us on Patreon.
I clearly won.
Okay, we are back for the second half of the draft. And Preston, you are up with the first pick of the 4th round.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to get another ride to finish out my rides here. Although there's so many of them here, I really wish I could like take more of them. I want to take one that's like a little more chill, but still has a nice experience, has a nice height, kind of like a Ferris wheel, but like one you could see like littler kids going on. And I'm going to take the swing ride, which is the swings all hanging down from the stage.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's the one I'll go on. That's my favorite one.
Same.
That's a fun
it
one.
Feels,
Yeah,
it feels like it's like just kind of like thrilling enough to be fun. And I think I've even seen like people like have babies on their laps for it and stuff like that. Like that's kind of what I want.
My God, I thought you were gonna say you've seen people have babies on it. I'm like, that's happened at
That
your carnivals?
Well, and people make a full ring around the swings, and because it's swinging around, whoever catches the baby gets to keep it.
Oh my gosh.
That's a fun little tradition.
Yep,
that the whole
and
family
that's
can enjoy.
how I got the name Preston.
All right, I like that pick. I didn't have that
you.
one on my list either, but that was more oversight than anything else. That's a good ride. I will also take my final ride here. Actually, no, Brett's gonna start taking food. I'm gonna take my first food. I'm gonna deviate from my because Britt can't take a ride anymore. So it would be silly of me to take a ride before her next
So
week.
silly.
And so does Preston. And so does Preston. Why would I take a ride here? It would be the biggest blunder in the history of the show. My God, I'm glad I saved myself.
I don't know about that, but it would not be great. Yeah.
It would be up there. My God. Okay, I'm going to take what I think after funnel cake. Now, this is not, I know a lot of people think of carnival food and they think of outrageous things. Outlandish, deep fried Twinkies dipped in hot chocolate and whatever the hell. Whoa. But I'm going to keep it simple for my first food selection. And that is the other most iconic, simple carnival food, which is a corn dog.
Nice. Yep.
Dude, I love corn dogs.
Corn dogs are so goddamn good.
God,
it's a perfect carnival food.
I love corn dogs.
Well, I'm glad I took it before Britt had a chance. Dogs. I had a corn dog just the other day.
Once I had a corn dog stuffed with pimento cheese, and I've never been the same since.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It does sound good.
Where was the pimento cheese? Like between the bread and the dog?
Honestly, it's kind of magic. I don't know how they managed it.
You just dip the hot dog in the cheese and then do the batter.
Yeah, but how do you get the batter to not just like completely congeal with the cheese? Because they're both kind of liquidy. Yeah.
Maybe you freeze the cheese or something.
Maybe.
Oh, that could be it. And then dip it in the batter.
That's probably what it is. Good call, Dan. I'm gonna go make one now.
Dang. Sounds delicious.
Corn dogs is a great call, Dan. Nice job.
Thank you. That means a lot.
It means a lot.
Does this make the assumption that hot dogs are still on the board?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Totally different thing.
Somebody wanted to go there.
Yeah, and if you wanted to spice it up with like a chili cheese dog or something like that, that's totally still on the table. Totally different dish. Okay, Britt. Again, you have back-to-back picks.
Okay, so I need something sweet. I took this in the last draft and I lost. I don't care. I'm doing it anyways.
Trust your gut.
I want caramel apples.
Oh, this is very controversial to me.
Oh, really?
This is a love them or hate them from my experience. Like people I talk to, they're like, absolutely not. Or
I think I love them so much that I don't understand how you could just not love them.
I find them difficult to eat. Because here's
then you get like caramel on your nose.
Here's my argument here. If I wanted a hot dog at a carnival and I got a corn dog, I'd be like, oh, this is nice because I could walk around with it on a stick, right? It's like it's an improvement. If I wanted a caramel apple, I would in every possible situation, just rather have like sliced apples with like caramel that I could like dip into. The actual like full apple surrounded by caramel doesn't seem to do the job. There's like such a thin amount of caramel on the outside, and then you've got like so much apple. It's all sticky.
Yeah.
And you're right. If you go try and take a bite of it, something like that, it gets all over your face and things.
If you go to a carnival and don't get sticky at some point, you've gone to a carnival incorrectly.
This is a good point.
You failed carnival.
I shouldn't be trying to stay clean at the carnival.
No.
This
I'm
is
definitely
actually
not staying clean after I go into the Love Boat ride.
I am a fan of
Then
caramel
your
apples.
wife can like lick the carnival off your. I mean, not the carnival. Lick the
wow,
caramel
Brett,
off your nose
on the tunnel of love.
Wow.
on the tunnel of love. She'd be like, "Be still. Let me get that caramel off your nose there for you, babe."
Caramel apples are good.
It's amazing that I ever got married.
Britt, you're a gem, and we love you.
Thanks, guys.
Caramel apples are good. I mean, I do definitely get like the less than ideal eating style. They are messy.
Right.
They do get kind of all over your face. I do not think eating a caramel apple is in any way comparable to like eating an apple dipped in caramel sauce. That's like a way worse experience, in my opinion.
Yeah. Our carnival did start. They started cutting them up like it's just apple slices with like caramel that they pour on top, and I'm like, this isn't the same thing at all. This is trash.
I would so much
take this back and put it on a stick.
I would
it ruins it.
See, now I will say though, I do think there is a knock against this, even though I am in general pro caramel apple, because specifically this is supposed to be a summer carnival, I believe, and to me, caramel apples are so distinctly fall. I think it's going to be weird to eat one in the summertime. I have to be honest.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, maybe this is like where I went wrong in the last draft. I didn't know. Like, I feel like caramel apples are like an everyday. If you see one, you just eat it. Like maybe that's why I was.
You know what they say? A caramel apple a day keeps the doctor away.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Oh boy. I mean, caramel apples are great.
Wrong.
But I do feel, I mean, I just think of them as a fall thing. I don't know. Maybe that could be wrong. Maybe I'm in the wrong about that.
Maybe so. Maybe it was me.
I think it's a good point.
It was me. I think I'm gonna wait for my last food. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh wait. Okay, so Daniel's already got both of his attractions. Preston, you need one.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have enough that I feel comfortable? Yeah, I think I'm okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take my attraction. I'm going to pick. Oh, shit. I picked this in the last draft and I lost. Maybe I shouldn't do it. No, okay. I'm going to pick a game. That's an attraction, right? Like the games and stuff like that. Okay.
Sure.
100%.
I'm going to do the milk bottle knockdown game.
Ooh, interesting.
That just like, it feels classic.
Are you gonna rig it against your patrons?
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah.
100%.
Who wouldn't?
I'm a Slytherin, okay? This is not a Hufflepuff carnival.
This is America.
This is why I stayed away from the games.
Absolutely.
Because they are fun in theory, but they all feel so unwinnable at the carnival. And I don't really know why that is. They are rigged against you, so they don't have to give you prizes.
Yeah, you could have games where you're like playing against people, you know, like a basketball shooting thing, like you play against like your friend or something like that, or you know, ring toss where you're playing against somebody.
Shoot the BB gun better than your friend. That's a good one.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good one.
I feel like though, if I've got my carnival positioned in the South, what I can 100% bank on is like the pressure of testosterone.
Yes.
And so like they're gonna keep dumping money into that to be like, I'm gonna get you this big ass bear that is gonna go in the trash anyways. So
Yep.
Am I making this up? I feel like I remember a friend winning a live fish at one of these carnival games.
Yeah, they
have like goldfish. Yeah.
Isn't that like insane that that's a thing? Here, here's this
ours.
living
There are
animal
also bunnies.
that
You can
carry
still get bunnies at ours.
What?
Yeah, I won't let my kids play those.
What do you do with the bunny the rest of the time you're at the carnival before you leave and go?
I think they keep it for you and then you go pick it up at the end. At least that's what they do at ours.
Win a bunny? That seems terrible.
Right?
Yeah,
Because they're all gonna go home
You
and
got
die.
3 rings on the bottles. Here's a 4-year-old child.
Right?
His name's Jeremy.
I just do not get it. I kill everything, including houseplants. So we are not allowed to take home probably diseased animals from the carnival.
Yeah, the poor rat. Listen, I'm certainly not like a PETA type, who thinks like we should never have pets or have animals in any way.
This podcast proudly endorses clubbing seals, as we've previously discussed.
That is factually correct. I'd forgotten about that. But that seems a little insane to have rabbits that you have as like prisoners until some random kid wins one who doesn't know anything about raising rabbits. I'm not a fan of that.
Right. I always think of like Darla from Finding Nemo.
Oh yeah.
With like
oh my God.
the headgear and stuff. Mm-hmm,
Yeah. So what was the situation there? Is that come to the dentist, get a prize, but the prize in this situation can be a fish? Or was it like bought for Darla?
No, it was her uncle's. It was her uncle's practice.
Yeah.
Oh,
and so he would be like, here, have like a fish.
Got it.
Yeah.
I thought it was like when you come to the dentist, you can take a lollipop from the jar, or you can take a fish.
Darla's a relative.
That's
why she has like all the headgear.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a niece. Okay, I think that's a good pick. I'm glad one game was taken, and I feel like that's probably the most iconic carnival game, the bottle game.
Yeah.
I like the pick. Okay, I'm going to take my last food now. Now, I think it's easy to fall into the trap of going all fried food, but I don't want to do that because that's how you feel gross, and I'm shooting for not feeling gross. So I did find a list that was like 42 of the best carnival food items, and there was one thing that wasn't fried on there, and that is a great food, and it's the Mexican street corn.
Oh
gosh,
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So I make Mexican street corn pasta salad at least once a month. Ooh. And it's like, y'all, it's like the best thing ever. I make a huge thing of it and I eat it.
Can you give us the recipe?
Yeah, I'll hit you with a Venmo and you can send some to my house.
And we'll post it. We'll post the recipe for Patreon supporters.
Absolutely. You can even make it vegan. My brother's vegan. So I even make it vegan for him and it's really freaking good.
Man, I would crush some Mexican street corn right now. I would absolutely obliterate.
I'm thinking about going to the Walmart after this and getting the ingredients.
All right. Well, I didn't expect such a positive response to this pick, but
I mean, it's certainly not something I associate with the carnival, and I feel like the voters are going to knock you for that. But it's awesome. If I went to a carnival and I saw it, I'd be like, oh, this is a cool carnival.
Right.
This is a good carnival.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not, but like all the staples are fried things, and I didn't want to double up on the fried stuff, so
yeah.
I mean, Daniel's carnival is kind of like he's got like the cool carnival. Mm-hmm. He's got like the live music and stuff. He's the carnival that like Gen Z would probably go to in like a non-ironic way.
Wow,
he would be that one.
Right. That's really, really something.
And then all of us old people can be at me and Preston's carnivals.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, that's the way I prefer it. Get Gen Z the heck out of here. No, thank you.
Oh
all right.
Gosh.
Preston, your final 2 picks of the carnival draft.
Yeah. I'm also with you that I don't want a bunch of fried food as like the only option. I do think it's probably appropriate at a carnival to have dessert be the only option, though. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm okay with that.
I think it's fine.
And I'm going to take a banana stand.
There's always money in the banana stand.
There's always money in the banana stand. I have seen these at like 1 or 2 carnivals. I think they're probably more of a regional thing. I don't think we have them.
Yeah,
a lot down here in the South.
I can't remember ever seeing a banana stand at a carnival.
Yeah, but the 1 or 2 times I've seen them, you can get it with chocolate syrup. You can get it with sprinkles and whipped cream and like kind of like strawberry syrup and stuff. Like you can do all sorts of stuff, and it comes on a stick, which is very nice.
Sticks are always good.
And I feel like if you don't like funnel cakes, you'll probably like something at the banana stand.
Yeah. Is it like frozen? So it's like hardened on there, kind of like caramel apples, or like if the
sort of
hardened on
there? Yeah. So that the sauce kind of like hardens up a little bit. They're not warm. They're not warm.
I would hope. No, I
like,
don't want to.
You don't like a hot banana.
Have you guys never tried that? Okay, one time I did.
I mean, plantains.
So I've had like bananas Foster and stuff.
Yeah, here's what you do. You cut open a banana just on the top to make like a little pocket, and you take little Hershey's bits or M&Ms and you like tuck them inside there. You close it back up, you rock it in tin foil, and then you throw it on the grill for like 5-10 minutes, and you can just like scoop it out. Oh, it's quite good though.
I don't like that. I don't think.
Like I would try it. I would try it. It sounds like something we would make like camping.
Yeah.
It's like a good
a limited resource kind of thing. Yeah.
Like you stick everything in tinfoil and like dump it on the grill.
I will say it does sound very like post-apocalyptic dessert. Like we can't make ice cream anymore, but
so we have melted banana.
We don't have refrigeration.
Let's try to make something that the kids will still enjoy as a dessert.
All right.
Go on over to Uncle Preston. Get your hot mush banana.
To be fair, they're talking about my weird chocolate mush, not the contents of a banana stand, which everybody unanimously loves.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. For my next choice here, I'm taking my last attraction. I am very adamant that this pick be allowed to stand in its entirety.
Okay.
Because it does require a special guest to be present, but it only works in a particular way. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and need your agreement now before I say it.
Is this like a MAGA convention?
Oh, God.
Is this like
it's
like Donald Trump at the county fair?
It's a Stranger Things season 4 panel inside one of the auditoriums is my attraction.
I would like to have a small Comic-Con.
Yeah, I have a Comic-Con at my fair. Just the whole thing. I have an E3 actually at my fair. No, so I'm gonna need just a head nod for both of you. Okay, good. I got a head nod, listener.
I shook my head no.
No, it was up and down. Okay. I am taking a dunk tank with Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas.
No, you can't have that.
Oh come on,
man!
It seems very important that he be there.
You can't do that. You can have a dunk tank.
Okay,
could you dress someone up as like a lookalike
of Clarence Thomas?
Or we'll just put like a cardboard face on him. But every time he goes down, it gets mushier and mushier, like your bananas.
Listen, we've got to stop recording this after your Georgia politics pod.
I'm sorry.
It's bleeding over too much.
I'm sorry. Okay, here's what I'll do. Here's my compromise. I'm sorry. Sorry.
It is funny though. I do like it, but you can't do that.
Okay, I'm gonna take a dunk tank with like the local like high school football coach or like the local principal. You know what I mean? Like the person that's always in the dunk tank.
Local celebrity.
The mayor. No, the dunk tank with the mayor.
With the mayor.
That's my final offer.
Look, if you did have that dunk tank though, I would travel. I would travel for that carnival.
I think a lot of people would.
People would travel across the world.
At least across the country.
For sure.
And I'm not sure they would be aiming for the target very much.
Yeah.
Whoopsies.
So have my glasses on.
Yeah. Sorry, FBI. No, we're taking the dunk tank with the mayor.
Okay.
And we're not going to specify the mayor, just the mayor.
The mayor.
Just the mayor.
Can I think this is a fun pick. I would like to go back to the banana stand pick though and ask why you didn't why didn't you just take like the ice cream place?
Like a Sunday stand?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It's
kind of
not really
like
the same, is it?
I like the portability
it's
of a
better.
banana on a stick. I don't know.
You can get an ice cream cone.
Okay, Daniel. Fine. You want to know the real answer? It's because dairy doesn't sit well with me. Okay, asshole. Thanks.
That's fair.
And if I'm gonna go on the pirate pendulum swing, I don't want to have downed a triple fudge chocolate sundae. I would rather have a banana on a stick.
That's the difference between you and me, Preston.
There's a certain novelty about carrying around a banana on a stick.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
Sure. I'll give you that. Okay. My last pick here. I have to go with a ride. And I think I'm just going to go, do I go with the most iconic thing? Or do I go with the thing that I like the best? I think I'm just going to go the most iconic thing. No, the iconic thing kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. I'm gonna take the thing. I'm gonna trust myself. I'm going to go with it's called a few different things, like the gravitron or the rotor, which is
the spinny thing.
It's the big spinny thing where like like defies
pushes
gravity.
you up against the wall.
Yeah.
Love that.
Love that. It's like one of the few rides that I like at the carnival, and I
would always go on that one.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is pretty cool.
That was always the one though you'd see like teenagers stumbling out and vomiting on the side of the ride.
See, the other thing I was debating taking, and I feel fine saying this because Britt has both of her rides. The other thing I was debating taking was the Tilt-A-Whirl, which I feel like is like it's the same like similar spinning experience but more intense and like more likely to make you throw up. So that's why I went with the
Tilt-A-Whirl is much more iconic just because of the name.
It is,
but
but I
certainly don't like.
I feel like millennials will recognize Gravitron.
Like
growing up, that was at every single carnival.
I hope so. Okay.
Yeah,
man, I feel great about my performance tonight, you guys.
No one picked.
I think we're all being pretty supportive of each other. What's the zipper?
Y'all didn't have the zipper? That one was, everybody in our chat was talking about it. So I know other people saw it. It was like, you'd be like in like a little cage thing, kind of like you were on the Ferris wheel, but smaller. Okay. And it was like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like a banana. It was like your banana on a stick.
It's like a banana stand.
It would go like around, up and down and around this thing, right? And it was fine for a minute, and then it would switch directions, and then the whole thing would start spinning, and it would go super fast.
Oh, yes, yes. This is like similar to those things they like stick astronauts in or something to like train them of high G's, those kinds of things.
I don't know
all the different spinning wheels and things. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, it doesn't sound like
I don't know what that is. I mean, you could be. I just don't know what you're talking about.
None of this is ringing any bells for me.
It's okay. I'm gonna look it up.
Mike rode the zipper with his date. I mean, like if it weren't for the zipper, we may have not been married. He had a date, really nice gal, and he wanted to
clearly
be cool
not a winner
and go well. He wanted to be cool and go on the zipper with her. And Mike failed to mention that he gets extremely motion sick. And he was like, I was doing okay when we were going forward. And then it changed directions. And he was like, every time I went around, I saw this guy, like a big burly dude, standing at the bottom watching the zipper. And then Mike just looked at his date and he was like, I'm sorry. And he vomited like out the cage, so there's a cage. So like some of it had to hit, I'm sure. And like,
there was definitely flashback.
Oh God. But it went straight out and then down. And he was like, then we came back around and the man was gone. Cause Mike had vomited on him.
The man had vanished.
Yeah.
This is not at all what I was thinking of. And it honestly looks like it could kill you. This is one of the more like terrifying
super unsafe.
Yeah.
This is, again, I would not get on this.
It looks like
after it's only been set up in a day. Yeah. If you don't know what it is, definitely look it up. And I wouldn't write on it.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, it looks
I actually read a news story that somebody was killed on one. Maybe like
that's good.
I believe it.
5 or 10
That's how you know it's good.
Yeah. There's your thrill ride.
I have definitely seen
you too could die.
Carnival I've been to and have never had a second of desire to get on it.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Don't do what Mike did.
No, I certainly won't. Thank you, Mike, for the valuable life lesson for all of us, so we don't have to make the same mistake as you.
Yeah.
Britt.
So if I got the last one?
It's time for the final pick of the
and it's
draft.
It's a food. Okay.
You have to go food.
I am gonna go with like soft pretzels and various dipping sauces,
That's a great pick, Britt.
Nice.
That's such a good pick.
Salty.
Delicious.
Such a good compliment to the caramel apple.
What dip do you get when you do it? Like when you go up there, what
like a honey mustard? Probably.
I always go yellow mustard. I really do not like honey mustard at all. Really an anti honey mustard guy.
Wow. Hot take.
I know.
Daniel and I find every possible opportunity to disagree on stuff. Like literally everything.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like those things that like have that injected sweetness into them. I really just don't like honey mustard.
Joy.
Sweet
happiness.
tea. I fucking hate sweet tea. That's like, I'm from the South, and I know disliking both those things makes me a bad Southerner.
Tallahassee's not really. No,
it is.
We don't claim Florida anymore. Did nobody tell you?
What, Georgia never claimed Florida?
I feel like we have the right to make some decisions here.
Northern Florida, where I'm from, is much more like Georgia than what people think of as Florida.
This is true. I would agree with that.
I think this is a fantastic pick by Britt. It was not something I had on my radar, but pretzels are just so goddamn good.
Oh, they're so good. So now I want one.
And again, yeah, I do too. And I kind of want pretzels like fairly often. They have like those frozen ones you can get that are just like, you just pop them in the microwave. They're real solid. Real solid.
Are they? I would think that they were like tough.
No. I mean, they're not the softest in the world. But like if you ever go to like a baseball game and you get like the pretzel there. Yeah. Like those are they're very similar to those.
It's like that level.
Yeah.
They get some, throw it in the air fryer, see what happens.
Ooh, I bet that would make it better for sure. But yeah, I would go like yellow mustard and or beer cheese as my
Oh damn, beer cheese. Nice. Yes. Yeah.
Or some queso.
That's a level up.
So that's a really just a very strong last pick by Britt. And that rounds out the Carnival draft. So here are the teams. Britt ends up with the Ferris wheel, the fortune teller, and the tunnel of love, of course. And then she rounds out the second half of her draft with caramel apples, the milk bottle game, and soft pretzels. I have live music, bumper cars, the Hall of Mirrors, corn dogs, Mexican street corn, and the Gravitron. And Preston has funnel cake, the haunted house, the pirate ship, the swing ride. What was the swing ride?
Just like the swing ride.
Yeah. With the swing spinning around in a circle.
Spinning swings.
It's more fun than that sounds. A banana stand and a dunk tank with capital V, capital M mayor. Just the mayor. All right, we have so much more to discuss about these picks. We'll do so after quick break.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite host here to ask you on behalf of the Appen Podcast Network, our parent network, to go check out some of their other shows. I'm partial to the Georgia Politics Podcast. I'm a host there every week. We play games at the end of every episode, trivia, great way to stay in touch with local issues going on here in Georgia, but we also touch on national things too. Would really appreciate if you come give us a listen. Check out everything the Appen Podcast Network has going on at appenmedia.com, APPENMEDIA.com.
Okay, we are back for the post-draft analysis portion of the show. And of course, I think everyone's favorite question, right? This is why we have listeners every week. Mm-hmm. People want to know, what was the worst pick of the Carnival draft?
Oh,
that's really tough. Honestly, I think all three of us did a pretty bang up job here.
Yeah, I agree.
I would go to all three of these pretty easily.
I would too. I would
just say I don't feel like unbelievably strongly about caramel apples, but I got a hunch that a lot of people do. And they don't like them very much.
Yeah. They have to be the most polarizing food taken at the very least. I think that's probably true. Even though
I am absolutely shocked. So this is like the pineapple on pizza of Carnival foods?
Yes.
Nobody's ever told me
good
this.
Description.
I had no idea.
It's because you've eaten every single one you've ever seen, apparently.
Yeah, I'm the one keeping them in business.
You're keeping big.
They're like, people clearly love these. We'll keep making them. It's just me. I was doing it.
No, I think there are plenty of people that love them, but I could also see why people would not be fans. I can see that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Other than that, I don't know. I mean, I think if you do bumper cars right, they're a grand old time. Mm-hmm. But I think I've seen them done wrong a whole lot more than I've seen them done right. Now I'm assuming because fair. I have good faith in my friend Daff here that he's going to do them correctly.
They're going to be the best bumper cars you ever
had. A lot of space.
We just need more space.
Speed.
Yeah, if you can't deliver whiplash, then then you
are
failed
you
bumper
doing it?
cars, right?
That's just
Right.
traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Bro,
Yeah,
what about
I agree
you?
with them.
What was the worst pick?
It's really hard. So maybe this is because it's maybe a regional thing, but because I don't know what a banana stand is, like maybe everybody knows what that is.
What do you think a banana stand is?
Banana hammock is like every time you say it, I think banana hammock.
I don't know that it's
That's
quite
how my
that.
brain goes.
Britt,
I don't know that
I mean,
it's
I
quite
hope
that.
it's not, because if so, it belongs at my carnival. Right
That's
outside
true.
the tunnel of love. Like you get
really does.
you get to pick like a complimentary banana
Banana
hammock.
hammock. Exactly.
Britt, have you never seen Arrested Development?
No.
Oh, really? It's an absolute classic. I recommend you check it out. Very funny. It's like it. So I think of Preston. What Preston was describing was not really what I was thinking. Because I think of like mostly frozen bananas. But yeah, it's like you just kind of get like desserty bananas. It's like it's like usually like a tall kind of booth that's yellow typically. And sometimes they'll get artsy with it and make the top look like the top of a banana. And there'll be like one or two people in there, and you'll say like, "Hey, these are the things I want on my desserty banana." And then they
sprinkles, chocolate, whipped cream,
maybe some.
Like I'm gonna track down a banana stand.
Find a banana
this
stand
point because I'm curious.
And ask them for the banana hammocks.
And then I'm gonna get one and I'm gonna put it in foil and I'm gonna make it hot and mushy. And I'm gonna be like, this is the Preston.
I don't know that I want my name on that.
I think the banana stand was my worst pick as well, actually. Not that it's necessarily a bad pick. I just think like ice cream is so much better than,
I suppose,
the banana stand. And I mean I brought that up, pretty quickly after the pick. I also think my concern of the funnel cake was valid, taking it that early. I think funnel cake is so good, but just like the value gained against other food that was taken later, I think is pretty low.
We'll see.
But again, I agree. There were no glaringly bad choices, so like it's hard to pick the worst one here.
You know what I think you're underestimating, Dan, is that when you make the graphic, the picture that goes with your team is whatever the first pick is, and I get to have a picture of funnel cake.
That's such a good point, actually.
So much better taking it first than like second or third, because I can have that nice. And you know what? I'm gonna find the most artisanal freaking funnel cake. Oh man, it's gonna be like a Michelin star funnel cake.
Yeah, with strawberry compote on top and stuff.
Yeah.
That drizzle. Very aesthetic.
Very aesthetic drizzle.
That's actually a really good point, Preston, and something that I've kind of like tertiarily considered, like when making picks, but something maybe I should think of more. Like just getting the visual reaction is so.
Well, especially if you're picking back to back. Like if you're picking third, then you want to take the more aesthetically pleasing thing.
For sure. No, that's very fair. What were some things you guys had on your lists that you were, prepared to take, maybe even excited to take, but ended up not having on your final team at the end of the draft?
I had so much. I had tons. On the attractions, I was really considering taking a face painter. Oh. Because I think if you just got around the stigma of age limits on face painting for carnivals, it'd be so sweet. I would love to, as a nearly 30-year-old man, walk up to a face painter and be like, can you do a Spider-Man? And just be Spider-Man for the whole night. It'd be amazing. Are you kidding me? But then people would look at me weird and be like, that's an adult. And it's weird.
That feels very Phil Dunphy energy to me.
I would say I have pretty big Phil Dunphy energy.
You do. You really do.
Yeah. In all of the worst ways.
Like that absolutely is Mike's like the celebrity like
crush.
Doppelganger.
No, doppelganger. Yeah. That's what it's absolutely. It's what it's like to be married to Mike.
My wife always says it's Nick Miller for people that have seen New Girl.
Oh God. Yeah. That's a good one.
Because he had all of his bills kept in like a shoebox. And that did not happen to us. Okay. Anyways, the face painter was close. A corn maze I thought would have been cool, but it doesn't really fit the summer vibe. So I stayed away. I thought about just like, I thought about doing a full plot twist and just making a Renaissance fair while you guys weren't paying attention and getting like mutton,
the turkey legs
and axe throwing. And like one of my food was just gonna be giant pints of beer or something. The The knife throwing would have been real fun. And then like the what's it called? Acrophobia, like the big tower falls.
Oh,
I'm talking about the rides, the big tower falls, where all they do is they take you up and then they just kind of drop you.
Just drop you down. Yeah.
Those are very iconic to me. And I wanted that because you can see it from very far away. Similar to like the Ferris wheel.
That's all the blinking lights and stuff.
Yep. Good billboard for the fair.
That I am surprised they don't try to take beer.
I think it's a dangerous combo.
I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it.
Technically not food, I guess, right? Would be
they always have like the lemonades, you know, like the lemonade stand where you can get like the frozen kind or whatever.
Yep.
It's another like carnival drink.
Britt, did you have any others that you wanted to that you had on your list?
High on my list, but I picked it last time on Friggin Nerds and I lost, was food eating contests.
That'd be a great attraction.
I live in small town America. Like that's I mean, we do that. We have food eating contests.
Britt, the problem is not you. The problem is the Friggin Nerds audience.
Whoa.
See,
you realize
I
a lot
agree
of them
with you.
listen to this show, Dan.
I agree with you. No,
Ooh.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I would rather us not alienate the few listeners we've been able to accumulate over this time.
It's true.
They know
Dap,
it's all
you need to throw me a vote every week, so I at least know I have one, because I can't remember to vote for myself. I always forget.
The problem, Britt, is I feel like you and Preston are really the kindred spirits, because I feel like you both will have you have very solid drafts, and then you just go completely out of left field that like derails everything, and it's like hard for people to be like, well, I like these like these three picks, but the fourth one, what the hell is she thinking?
It's always about halfway that I just like. I'm like, I made a mistake. I'm proud of that mistake, but I made a mistake, and then I'm like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever I want now.
Yeah,
and
this is the arc of me on this show. Yeah.
And
I get in my own head, like, oh no, I'm doing a good job, and then I overthink it.
Yeah, it's easy to do. It really is very easy to do for all of you very judgy people who haven't been on the show and just listen.
Yeah, until you're in this chair.
And when you're in the moment, it's tough. But
don't judge us until you've sat in this chair.
Exactly. And I do feel like drafts are often determined by like lowest floor. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like when it's especially like an experience, it's like, well,
the worst pick.
Yeah, exactly. I had plenty. So I had some attractions that nothing involving animals came up, which I was a little surprised by. They have
like a petting zoo?
No, like they have like, I mean, most carnivals
pony rides.
No, they're like state fairs, right? Or like most carnivals, at least in my mind. So they have like the best pig or whatever, and those can be kind of fun. But they also have the like the pig races where it's like you guys are pig 1 and you're rooting for pig.
Those are fun.
You're rooting for pig 3, and then they have like the announcer doing the
the
fun commentary for it.
Those are pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then other food I had deep fried Oreo, which is like the iconic carnival food invention.
Yep.
And it is a lot. I will agree with you. So if you're only given like 2 food choices, it's a lot to have that be one of your 2. I've also never actually had one, but I imagine it's quite good because
I just had one a few years ago. It's a lot. Like it's very rich.
Yeah,
but like it's good. One
it is quite good.
I couldn't eat more than one.
Yeah, agreed.
They're good.
Also had the turkey leg and then fried pickles, because I love fried pickles, but I didn't want to go back to back fried food after the corn dog.
I love fried pickles. That's something that just deserves to be fried.
Yeah.
Throw some fried pickles into your Mexican street corn and let's just go to town.
Perfect.
Match.
I just canned y'all like 24 jars of pickles.
What?
Yeah. I'm trying to be like, Susie homemaker. It's more like if there's a zombie apocalypse at this point where like everybody has their roles, and right now my role has like currently historically been the first one dead, so I'm trying by canning to like up myself to maybe like making it a week or 2.
Nice.
I
think my role would be team morale.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Dan?
100%.
Nice. And I think Dan's role would be team realism.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Team planning.
That would be me. That would be me. But that's the ones that nobody ever likes. They're like, oh, the reality bummer fun sponge. I'm like, someone has to do it.
If people still
someone has to write the show notes, guys.
That's why you're team mom, you know. Britt, I want some of your homemade pickles.
Yeah, I have to get you some. They're actually really good. I was like, I don't know if we're gonna die. I don't know if we'll vomit. I was like really pleasantly surprised. They were actually pretty good.
I don't know how we can make it happen, but I really want to try some. I love pickles. One of my favorite foods, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Okay. Whose carnival is best? And again, you know, as always, if you pick your own carnival as best, who's second best?
I feel like if I was a single gentleman, I would pick Britt's carnival. Take a nice date there. I suppose I could do that to my wife. I don't know that I want to subject my wife to the tunnel of love at this point.
Romancing your wife, who would?
Yeah, who would ever do that? I think I'm gonna take myself. I love a good dunk tank. I really do.
They're fun. They're fun.
They're real fun. And it's like, it's one of the draws too, when the mayor goes on the radio and says like, hey, I'll be in a dunk tank and we're donating all the money to fix a road or something. I don't know. Come dunk me. It's going to be great. And also both of these rides I think I can appropriately handle. I will not be using the haunted house though. So.
Yeah, I like how your second pick you are actually avoiding, and yet you still pick yours.
I do think I'll get a lot of support for that, but yeah, definitely not my own vote. Yeah. So I think for second place, it's tough. Daniel's like sneaky with the Mexican street corn. That's real sneaky because it was clearly not on my list, and it honestly it shouldn't have been on my list because it's not really a carnival food. Before.
No, but it would be like a carnival that would really pique my interest. I'm like, I'd be
very,
like,
yeah.
If they have Mexican street corn, what else do they have?
Yeah,
what surprises await me?
Yeah, and I think I could handle the House of Mirrors, or I'd at least want to try. So I'm gonna go with Dan's team.
You're brave.
I like that.
Thanks.
I like that.
Okay. Wait, what about you? What do you think?
All right, so here's the deal. Like before I was a friggin' nerd, I was a professional photographer for.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Years.
Wow.
Some Brit lore.
Yeah, I was a wedding photographer. Maybe that's why I got so burnt out on love. It just really, mostly these weddings seem like a lot of drunk people dancing to the same songs.
Poor Mike.
A lot of burlap. Mike actually, he shot with me. Like, so he would work full time, and then he would work full time on the weekends with me.
Is this how you met?
Shooting. No. We went to high school together, but we we never crossed paths because I thought he did drugs and he thought I was like a bitch.
Wow, just like
some of those things are true. Yeah, no, and then we met later because of Lost. So
that's right.
Like the show. Yeah.
So
the
DMs, right? I think, is that correct?
He slid into my DMs with "Who's your favorite Lost character?" and I was like, done.
Boy, it's a
sign me up.
It's a play out of the playbook which is old this time.
It worked for me. I'm very ADHD. I only dated, like, my longest relationship to that point was 3 months. So I told him when we started dating, I'm like, if we make it past 3 months, then you should just go ahead and propose.
You might be the one.
Because I don't like people after 3 months. I get bored. And he made it to 3 months and then started looking for a ring, proposed pretty quick, and then we were married. And here we are 14 years later. So
amazing.
It worked.
What a story. I love that a lot.
I love that.
Yeah.
What a story. But because I was a photographer, the reason I would go to a carnival is because, like, I just see the photography opportunities. So
people watching.
Like I would be setting up shoots there. I have done shoots. We did bridal shoots and stuff at carnivals. So I would be taking mine because it's the retro aesthetic. I feel like it has a lot of photography potential.
The Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
You have some good, like, iconography at yours.
Right? Like, I can see, like, the tunnel of love, you know? We get, like, the engagement shot.
Oh, that is
perfect.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't make this joke because I'm sure there are people that have done this, and if you have, all the power to you. But I feel like there probably aren't many people that have listened. But can you imagine, like, doing your your like official engagement photo shoot that like you put everywhere on social media at the Tunnel of Love at the fair?
Dude,
You
I
can
would
see our pictures, Steve?
100% do that. 100%. I would make a whole thing of it. It would be so cute. You'd like dress up like all like 60s-ish.
I get, yeah. If you do it ironically,
if you lean into the vibe,
like it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You can't like show up in like
do it halfway.
Hollister jeans and like just a t-shirt. No,
I
it has to be like
think
a whole
that
thing.
would be very cute if you wore like the old like kind of Grease attire. That would be nice.
Totally. Yeah, the carnival is fun for pictures.
Who takes second place for you then?
So the one I would probably go to Preston's, right? Like that, I would be like, I'm gonna go to this is like a carnival. I know what I'm getting myself into.
Just to be supportive of a friend.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
It would be, I would know what I was getting myself into, So I like that I know what I'm expecting. So I like to be in control. But Daniel's would be the one that I would be like, that looks really cool. We should totally go to that. And then like I would chicken out because I wouldn't know what to expect.
It's got an allure about it.
Right. Yeah. And then like all the cool kids would go there. But I would be like, I don't know what's gonna be here. And it's probably gonna be a lot of like young people that are like cooler than me. So I would promote it on social media, and then I would probably go to Preston's.
Preston, do you know a single person?
Preston's still safe.
Do you know a single person who's cooler than Britt?
Oh, Preston.
Because I don't think I do.
I don't think so. I don't think so either. I'm really thinking. Steve McQueen? No.
If we can just get that, I'd like a sound clip so I can then play that on the podcast.
I got you.
Yeah.
Make that
That'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah, so I think I'd go to Preston's.
Fair.
I like fair.
Yeah.
Also, we're just underwater. We need every buck we can get. All the liability.
Oh, your carnival?
Yeah, we're underwater.
Yeesh.
But Daniel, yours would make the money.
Thank you. That's all I care about. All I care about is money. That's why I do this podcast,
Right. Me too. I don't know about you guys, but I'm rolling in the dough from Friggin Nerd.
We're raking it in.
Preston that very much had a face is like, wait a minute, I'm not seeing a dime.
Wait a second. Hold on.
We'll talk about it later, Preston.
Okay.
That's how we got that new yacht.
Oh, that's where that came from. I thought that was photoshopped.
The drafted yacht. That's where we record every week. On the drafted yacht.
I can't think of a worse place to record a podcast than a yacht
while drinking.
Right.
Well, if we did it, if we were able to fly in guests, it would actually be pretty sweet because internet wouldn't matter. Like you could just all record locally. It'd be fun.
Like a helipad.
Yeah. With our private helicopter, just pick up our guests every week.
Right. Imagine how much like cred you guys would have.
It'd be incredible. It'd be absolutely incredible.
We'll fly you out to the drafted yacht.
Podcast goals. Pod goals.
You can hang out with all of our mahogany furniture and leather bound books.
Okay. I am taking mine as well. I really feel like I really am pleased with my draft. I have to say, I feel like my performances have not been great at all times this season. I really feel good about my draft. It feels really solid to me. It's tough to go for second place here. I think though, I think I'm going to go with Brits. I think I also am not a Haunted Mansion person. And the Ferris wheel is just too iconic for me. It's just too iconic. And I really just love the whole soft pretzel caramel apple combo. I don't know why. I genuinely think if Preston got ice cream instead of bananas, I might have gone a different way.
Stamp bananas, man. Oh, they did you in.
I don't know. I
think it's because you talked about the warm, mushy ones. And so now, like, our brains are scarred.
No, I just
President's warm, mushy bananas.
Bananas, like frozen bananas or like desserty bananas are like they're good because they're a ice cream replacement that's a little bit. Tiny bit healthier, but I'm at a fucking carnival. I don't care about the little smidge healthier. I want a goddamn ice cream. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm there to clog my arteries.
Yeah, exactly. So that's, I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I'm sorry, Press. I still would go to your Carnival in a heartbeat. Okay. I just, it's picking the razor thin margins here to determine
for that comment. You have to come into the tunnel of love with me, so we can repair this damage.
I'll take y'all's new like promo photos.
Yes.
Together in front of.
Now we actually have to do that. Now we'll
put you guys in like little newsboy caps.
Preston and I,
y'all be so cute.
We have to go to Tennessee and go to Carnival and have Britt take pictures of us in the tunnel of love.
Yes. Yeah.
We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
And then go to a yacht. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll sell the yacht, and with the yacht money, we'll make this trip happen.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So that does it for us this week. Britt, thank you so much for joining. You are an absolute
y'all.
treasure,
It's so much fun. So much fun. And to my Friggin Nerds crew, who I know will be listening to this, I just want to point out that not only was I the first Friggin Nerd to join the Drafted podcast, but now I'm the only one who's been brought back twice. So
it's true.
I'm a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Well, one of us made the executive decision to put a veto power on having Mario back, but I'm not going to tell you which one it was.
It was me. I said never again. That man took birthday cake ice cream, and I said, "This is the last time you'll ever be on this show."
Absolutely not.
And he didn't appreciate his ice cream draft.
I know.
I'm like,
he's been whining about it behind the scenes.
Not behind the scenes, on the podcast too. He was pissed. Yeah. So I'm like, you are not deserving.
Unbelievable. It is a privilege. It is a privilege to be invited on Drafted. And
absolutely. You take your damn ice cream draft, Mario.
I like the ice cream draft. I thought Mario did a great job.
I love ice cream draft.
We'll have to have a word with Mario. We'll have to have our enforcers talk to him.
He was like, so Britt got the TV draft. Totally makes sense. Britt loves TV. And like Mike got which I'll do video games. Mike got the video game draft, and he was like, they take the fat ass kid and give him the ice cream draft.
Oh no.
He was like, you're trying to send me a message?
Oh my. Okay, I want to make it clear for our audience that that was not my call. That was certainly not my call.
Oh my god, we've laughed a lot about this.
You're throwing me on the bus.
I'm passing the buck onto you. Absolutely.
Listen, Mario clearly likes ice cream. He made that abundantly clear on the episode. There's nothing wrong with liking ice cream.
Yeah, just own it, man.
Jesus Christ, Mario. We're gonna have to have a word with him. We're gonna have to have a conversation.
Oh my gosh.
But Britt, thank you so much. And all jokes aside, we absolutely adore all of the friggin' nerds. They're all welcome on the show anytime they want.
And a big shout out to the Discord. It's like one of my favorite things during my work week is like their Discord's just constantly going, and it's a
our Discord distraction. Yeah. I don't know, I'm never in there because it dings too much. I get overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed. Yeah, my ADHD cannot handle it. I just freak out. There's going to be
so much fun stuff in there, though. I love it.
Mike relays it to me. If you type it, Mike will read it to me. So there's that.
You get the TLDR summaries.
Yeah.
But yeah, go check out the Friggin' Nerds, y'all. If you don't know them by now, I mean, what are you doing?
If you don't know me by now,
get it.
Come hang.
And of course, check us out on Discord as well and Twitter. Let us know who you think won this week's draft, of course. But yeah, I mean, please do your best to support our guests for they waste their time for us, and we really appreciate that.
No, man, highlight of my week. This was so fun. I was so excited. I was stoked.
It is Sunday, so if she's doing a week start on Sunday, then
yeah.
Highlight of the week so far.
All right. Well, on that note, the best part of Britt's week, I think we have to leave it at that. We'll talk to y'all next week.